It's gone red. I can see it. It knows. It's just gone red right now. Of course, with the tracking that they use, it knows that I'm on this particular road, and so before I even get there, it's already gone red. So it's what they do. All of this, of course, is to just basically harass me, terrorize me, and just cause me unnecessary hassle. Of course, this is the way they, like I said, intimidate innocent members of their citizens, or shall I say the public. Of course, these individual police officers really and truly shouldn't be in any sort of enforcement authority, because this is what they do. And I tell you the honest truth, it's just gone red again, right? It's just gone red again. Can you see that that camera there, this one right there? As well as that, they are all connected. They're all integrated to work along each other. All of it has been utilized in accordance also with the AI. See how quickly that went green? That's the abnormality of these traffic lights, and this is why I said And I advise any individual that speaks truth, that they need to be very careful whenever they are approaching a T-junction. Yeah, there's another camera, that one down there. This is what they do. It's of course, that's another one of their cameras which is there. It's what they use to basically, destroy your life. And of course, the kind of destruction that they cause on an individual basis, the damage that they cause, it's quite literally uncountable. And the whole point of them putting you in this, as obviously you, when I say you, an innocent members of the public, an innocent individual, an innocent citizen, the particular word to pay attention to is innocent. Now, I'm literally going 15 miles per hour right now. Okay? And like I was saying, the damage that they cause to people, to the public, it's uncountable. You can't even count it. Not just the personal, anguish, the personal damage, stress, as well as your finances. Because of course, imagine stopping every time. This traffic light stopping you every time. This is going to cause a lot of wear and damage to your vehicle, right? Every month, you literally, or every couple of months, you will have to be, replacing your brake pads, your brake discs, brake oil, and so on and so on. Of course, not to mention the petrol you're burning, which is these days cost an arm and a leg, this is just for them to maintain their superiority, shall we say. Yeah, it's just gone red. The traffic light just gone red, because of course they know when they hacked into your computer, your phone, your iPhone, your tablet, whatever it is that they've hacked into, they have control of it. They know what you're doing. They know everything that you're doing on it. So even if when you start recording, they know that you're recording, right? They know that when you start, like as this instance now, I'm now recording them. So the way the traffic lights would normally behave when you haven't got your camera rolling will not be the same with when you've got it rolling, when you don't have it rolling, when you don't have your camera rolling. It's not going to be the same as when you do have it rolling, because again, like I said, when they hack into your phone, they know that you're recording, they know that you're gathering evidence, and so the traffic lights will not behave abnormally. Right now it's all green, it's all going green, but of course there is other ways. Of course, I've got my SIM card on my phone now, so they're able to hack into it easily. And on the other hand, yes, you can take out your SIM card to make it a bit difficult, but unfortunately they still have access to your device, as tablet or your mobile phone, your smartphone. So they can still, manipulate the traffic lights, right? They can still know that you're recording them, you're gathering evidence, and so they would allow it to behave, shall we say, to a certain point normally. Let me tell you something, and this is the honest truth. These traffic lights that you see, this one now, even right now, is supposedly green, right about now. Normally, whenever I drive without recording, when I'm not recording, I'm driving. No, you see that? Luckily, it's happened. So this is you see this T junction. You see how quickly it's changed to red. You see how in a matter of seconds. This is not normal. And if anyone was to tell you that this is normal, then don't listen to them. Don't believe them, because they don't know what they're talking about. And if they do say that that is the way it's designed, then it's just, those people shouldn't be in the position that they are. They shouldn't, because they're obviously clueless. They shouldn't be they simply shouldn't be in the position they are. This is a matter of health and safety. Do you understand? And this is why I'm saying, anyone that speaks truth, and you know that these people have hacked into your device, your mobile phone, your tablet, your computer at home, any device that you have, smart device that you have, take extra care when you're approaching a T junction, because as you have seen in that T junction that I just went past, right? If anybody else, that's obviously, they're not going to be aware of what's going on, how these people are putting their lives in danger. If anybody else that's in the other side, on the other corner of this T junction, all of a sudden, bang, the traffic lights goes red like that, right? Because they don't know what's going on, they would attempt, because of the sudden change of the traffic light, they might be halfway across the traffic light, and another car might be coming across on the other side, which is green, right? And we all know what's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's not even a matter of if or maybe. No, it's gonna happen, right? It's gonna be an accident. And if this is like 30 miles per hour and someone hits you at 30 miles per hour, it's going to cause serious damage to you, your car. It's going to just cause you a whole load of hassle. But these people, obviously these police officers, they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about whether you live or die. They don't give a fuck whether you got your child in the car. They don't care about you. You see, this is why some people are now understanding that these officers actually believe that they are the jury and the judge and the executioner, right? All at the same time. These people actually believe that they are God. Hence why if you stand up and speak truth, see that? If you stand up and speak truth on what they do and stand up for your right, they will kill you. In other words, they will kill you. Now you're gonna ask yourself, well, why didn't they kill me? Well, because I have my evidence and I stood up for myself, and I didn't back down for nobody, because I know I'm speaking truth, right? See that? And so if they can't get you like that, if they can't get you, this is their resort. This is what they resort in. This is what they resort to doing in order to kill you. Because their aim is to destroy you and to kill you. Literally kill you. And so it's very important that that the whole world, not just the particular country, that these officers, these so-called police officers, behave in such a manner. But it's very important that worldwide people are aware of the condition of enforcement officers, right? Now we're gonna take a trip back. We're gonna go back around the same way that I just came from. Okay. This is just to prove to the whole world what these officers have, what they're doing. In other words, I mean, we pay our taxes. This is literally, we pay our taxes for them to kill us, for them to abuse us in such a manner. Now, England, I mean, if I was to say this is what's going on in England, nobody would believe. Nobody would believe. Absolutely nobody would believe. In fact, they wouldn't believe it. But unfortunately, this is the condition. This is what we're living in right now. Like I said, it's all green. But don't worry, they can only do this. Here's the deal. You see, the more we expose them, the more they will then stop. Well, I hope they do. I hope they do for humanity's sake, shall we say. For all of our sake, shall we say. But knowing these people the way I know them, I mean, knowing them the way I know them, they will never stop. So once you block them in one corner, they will then move to another corner, right? They will then start something else. This is what they do. No, absolutely, they will not. They target specific individuals. Specifically, if you are a ethnic minority, if you are a, shall we say, foreigner, if you come to this country from another country, and then you follow the process in gaining your shall we say, so-called papers, right? So that you can stay in the country permanently. You will pay the money, you will follow all the processes, laws, and so on, right? You will follow all of that. You even pay your own money. You pay your money. This is just one aspect of the complete mess. Complete, and when I say rigging against ethnic minorities, I mean everything is rigged against you. Of course, you would only know this if you're actually been to the country, you've lived in the country for a while. If you're unlucky enough, you will pick it up as soon as you step into the airport waiting area or the checkout area or whatsoever that you are, wherever you know, the airport and so on. So this particular traffic always goes red. And all of those traffic lights that have just gone past, it's always, all of them always goes red. But this is the sophistication of this, well, so-called sophistication of this AI that they've now utilized to see that? See how quickly that went red? You see that? You see this one? This is what they do. Of course, they believe, because these officers, I mean, if you believe what these people are getting, these people can actually rape you. These people can actually kill you. Not just rape, they can actually kill you. I mean, I don't need to say anymore. But we all know what they do and they get away with it. They literally, in your face, they will get away with it. Anyway, you know what? It's just, I don't need to say anymore. I mean, it's beyond, it is beyond words. It's beyond words. And in other words, there's no word to describe. To describe the demonic corruption. And believe me, corruption is not even the word, to be honest with you. It's a total, complete and utter mess, right? These people will intimidate you. They actually believe that they are so-called gods, and so they believe they can do whatever they want. Literally, in other words, we as the public, we are beneath them. I mean, in fact, the way they see us is beneath them is not even the right word to use. So they will go ahead, of course, with our taxes, of course, with our taxes, with our money, they will use to put us in such a condition. Now, the whole world must be aware of what these people think of us, what they've done to us, what they continue to subjugate us through. Right? The whole world has to be, because how else are we supposed to protect ourselves? And the thing is this, we actually have such entities that we call government. If the government would allow this to happen, I mean, some will say, well, mate, why are you talking about government? Yeah? Some people will say, why are you talking about government? Why would you even be doing? I mean, what makes you think the government are any different? How are they any different? They're gonna ask you. I mean, why would you even mention government? Do you know? Aren't they all? Is it not the same? The same entities? Is it not the same? Is it not the same? The government want the police to feel empowered. So when the police do what they do to us, this horrible injustice that they put us through, when they see the police doing this to us and they turn a blind eye, that they know that empowers the police. They know that actually gives the police confidence to continue doing what they do, because they feel empowered. They feel like they can do whatever they want to us. So they allow it. They're not going to... The only way, in fact, I'm gonna stop talking about the government, because I believe and I know that people know what they know. But it's power. Did you see that? So this is what we're living through. This is actually Northampton. This is Northampton. And this is what Northampton do. This is what not the public, of course. The public are they're just going about trying to, live their life unaware of. Yeah, here we go. Here's one of them. But the public are unaware of what these officers, so-called officers, that we pay taxes to protect. Protect. I mean, protect is the last thing that they do. They don't do protecting. This is not protecting. So, I mean, the whole system, quite frankly, is fallen. Literally, I'm telling you, most people are unaware, but the system well, it's done for. It's not worth. It's just not. It's not fit. It's not fit to do what it's been designed to do. It's useless. If you understand what I mean, it's not fit for purpose. It's done for. And I do believe that at some point that the so-called government will have to inform the public as to the true condition of these countries. Now, I urge other countries that haven't allowed themselves to fall to the depth that these, like for instance England and other countries that I'm sure the rest of the world are aware of. I hope that they will not allow themselves to allow this so-called AI thing into their nations, because once it's allowed, you know about the hacking. These so-called certain countries will hack into your system and they would take charge of it. And they would begin to utilize it to, well, shall we say, destroy members of, other countries. Especially, and then, as you know, they don't care who you are. Even if you're in the government, if they don't like you and they don't want you in the government, this is another way they can utilize to make sure you don't exist anymore. And to have their way with your nation. So, best advice that I can give is don't allow AI into your nation. It's just not worth it. It's a man-made electronics. It's a man-made device. It's whatever you want to call it. It's so. It's just not worth it. What is it? It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Look. Everywhere you go, I mean, like cameras, every fucking way. Literally. I mean, what kind of life is that? What kind of life would you be providing for your nation? What life is that? I mean, you talk about criminals. You talk about, like the reason why the cameras are there is because of the criminals. But the only criminals that I can see, that I know of, that are behind the crimes, the real crimes, well, are the fucking, sorry, pardon my word, but are the so-called people you pay taxes to protect you, or shall I say entities. The institutions that you pay taxes to so-called protect you, they are the criminals. I mean, look at the level of criminality right in your face that they subject, they subject the citizens to, and members of the public too. So, I mean, where do I start? I mean, does anyone remember the raping that the police do? Sarah Jarrett, right? They're just one of them, right? And this officer apparently have been doing it for years, and there is many more. And this is just one of them. And I do believe, didn't the officer actually kill that woman? They did, didn't they? Yeah, of course they did. The particular officer actually killed that woman after he finished, raping her? So, you know, and here's the deal. Here's the thing. It's sickening. It's actually sickening. Yeah, it's actually sickening to know that it's reached this point. Do you understand? And the thing is, you can't even protest. If you turn around and say, you know, just to say, hey, what's going on here? You know, what's going on? This isn't normal. Why? Why are you raping people? Why are you subjecting people? What? Hang on a second. But wait, you can't even do that. If you dare to do that, they would put you in prison and lock you up because you speak in truth. You dare to have a voice. You dare to call them up on their injustices. So, like I say, this... So, people don't understand the dire situation that we're in. That we are in. I mean, it's literally, like I said, when I say this, there is no word to describe it. No words. You can't describe the mess. You see that? The mess that we're in. No words to describe it. And these officers literally can rape your daughter, can pull out a gun and kill you, right? Can walk into your house, kidnap your children, right? Can walk into your house, place evidence, not evidence, place, basically set you up. They can set you up. And do you know what? Do you know why they feel, do you know why they do what they do? Because they know they will get away with it. They will get away. So, and the fact that they can willingly hack into your computer, your devices, any smart device that you have, they can hack into it. Right? And you know the particular people that do this. You know the individual people that do this. You know who they are. I hope I think it's very clear now. Obviously, it has reached to this point. And it's an abuse of power. They've literally abused the trust. To be honest with you, I don't even want to use trust. I mean, trust. How can you trust these people? How can you trust these entities, these institutions? How can you trust them? I mean, whatever trust that they say that they have with their citizens, there's none left now. There can't be any left. It's impossible. It's impossible, right? It's impossible. They don't have any more. I mean, they unless they're living in their own little world, but they don't have any more left. You know, so. This is the condition that we find ourselves in now. This is what ethnic minorities, especially ethnic minorities, right? This is what we have to go through on a daily basis. This is just one, not even the tip of the iceberg. This is what they do to other human beings. This is what they do to other human beings, man. And of course, I'm fully aware that they have been doing this for countless of years. I mean, literally countless of years. I mean, not just to mention going to other countries and even doing worse than what I'm showing you right now. I mean, worse. There is no words to describe it, quite literally. But people, the whole world, have to understand the severity of this information, the severity of the condition that we're living in, that's been caused by certain individuals. This is their nature. So it is now it's now up to us to take it upon ourselves to protect ourselves. I mean, I know we have no rights. I know that they've taken every single humanity or human rights that we have. Every single one of them gone. Every single one of them gone. You see that? You see? You see how quickly that went red? So this is the condition that we're living in. Now, of course, these people are behind all of this. They have done a lot worse. They continue to do a lot worse, and they will continue to do a lot worse. That means it's not going to stop. Now, I understand that they are going to investigate this, because what happens is that once they blacklist you, especially when you're innocent, right? Once they blacklist you, your name goes on the system. Once they put your name in that system and they blacklist you, right? You go down as, shall we say, the particular country that you're in. You go down as a shall we say, the same level as some sort of terrorist. Yeah? So when you speak truth, you become some sort of terrorist. That's what they label you. An innocent person that paid their taxes, that just living their life. You know, even, this is how low they've gotten. If you try to protect your children, which you're entitled to do, not just by nature, not just your Yahweh's given right to protect your children. These people will throw you into that container as a terrorist for protecting your children. From protecting your children from the very institutions that proclaim that they are there for your sake to protect you. Yeah? Like the police, social services, because let's face it, why did they even put my name in that system? Why? Is it not for protecting my children? Is it not because I was protecting my children from the very institutions, i.e. the school that attempted to exclude my children permanently through falsified grounds? Because they abuse my children. Whenever I send my children to school, they would abuse my children. They would lie on my children. They would allow my children to be picked on. Right? They would refuse to supervise my children, and I mean children. Because as you all know, you send your children to school. You would not expect the very school not to supervise my children, right? Right, and when I say children, I mean children. They will specifically not supervise my children, right? And leave the children on their own to do whatever. And then the very institution, i.e. the teachers, will come in and say, well, the children was doing this, the children was doing this. To all of this, to, first of all, paint the children as being bad and having behavioral problem, and so on, and so on. To make you, the parent, being an ethnic minority, seem or label you as incompetent or unable to look after your children. You wouldn't believe this. In other words, you send your children to school, you go off to work, right? And these people literally stage it and set it, right? Stage it to the point where whatever happens at school, when you're not even at school, you the parent, you're not even in the school, the children will be at school. So they will stage it, right? And then turn around and point the finger at you, being the father or the mother or the parent that is probably miles away, probably 100 miles away, right? And say that it's your fault. Not once, not twice, not. In fact, again, you can't number it. And then when you, as being the parent, being an adult, you come in to the school, because they will call you up and say, well, this is your fault. You come in, we're calling you. Your children are behaving in this way. And you come in and you look at the condition, you look at the whole situation, and you think, hang on a minute, wait a second here. Right? And you say to yourself, being the parent, I'm not having none of this. This isn't right. You then appeal, right, to the injustice, i.e. the exclusion, the illegal exclusion, shall I mention, of your children. You will appeal it against it. And when you bring it to the attention of the central, shall we say, council, right? At that point, when if you have enough evidence, I mean, you block every corner, evidence everywhere. Evidence, you will bring the evidence to prove what you see, what they have done to your children, to the point where they can't, the evidence with them become overwhelming, right? Yes, of course, to that point when if you're able to do that, then they will do something about it, right? They will do something about it. But then here's the deal, here's the catch. After you finish doing that, the teachers, not the council members, the teachers, because obviously there's hierarchy in this thing. I'm not saying, by the way, I'm saying that the whole system, from top to bottom, or from bottom to the top, all of it, every single part of it, it's not fit for purpose. It's not fit for purpose. But in continuation to what I was saying, is that even if after you prove all of that, what the teachers would do is, obviously you have the social services, because at this point social services would also get involved. But what the individual teachers would do, because of their status and the trust that they have, well, the institution have, so-called trust, what the teachers would do is that they would then lie, for instance, to the police. I'm talking from experience here, not from what I don't know or what I haven't been through. I'm talking from going through the whole system. And thank Yahweh that he has blessed me with knowledge. He has blessed me with intuition. He's blessed me with countless of blessings. And to be honest with you, what I went through with my children I wouldn't wish it upon any other human being. And so hence why I have a duty to ensure that the whole world, humanity, is aware of the condition that we are in. We are in a dire condition, and I am fully aware that the entire planet is now fully aware of it and taking necessary action to ensure that things that has to be done, because ultimately we have to protect ourselves as humanity. As humans, we have to protect ourselves, because for so long, many years, countless of years, we have been in this condition. We literally have been in this condition through intimidation, fear, termination as well. And I mean, I hope all of you understand what I mean. When I say termination, I mean instant termination without cause and no justice. And I mean literally no justice. We have no justice. Okay? So these teachers would then lie about what truly happened, how they staged and targeted your children, abused your children. They would lie to social services. And of course, remember, social services and the teachers, they work together. Again, it's an abuse, because for them to work together, they have to get consent from who? From the public that they claim to be protecting from. And then what happens? They then show their true colors. So these institutions will then come together, knowing fully well that you're innocent, right? Because remember, the reason why that's if you reach to the point where then they blacklist you, in other words, and put your name in the database, because it's a database that they put your name in the same category as so-called terrorists, because they are the same people that label terrorists and labeled so-called criminals, whoever they choose to label criminals. They don't care whether you're actually innocent. But, you know, that's why I say so-called criminals. But there is a lot more to the word criminal. You see, did you see that? Can you see how fast that rolling? Can you guys see that? This is the same robot. Did you see that? You see now it's turned around. You see that? This is what I mean about the tracking. This is the same robot. So you see what they do? You see what they do? Ay, ay, ay. I mean, seriously. Ooh wee. Right. Okay. Of course, they are going to deny this. And when they do this, you see, sometimes they use third party institutions or organizations to carry out this injustice, as in stalk you, as in, you know, hack into your phone, and just all of these things that they do. They use third party in order to hide themselves. Okay? So obviously, when this gets out, there's going to be an investigation. And the investigation officer will not be able to find the truth because it's a third party. And they've been doing this for so long. They've been doing this for so long, man. And they get away with it. In other words, we have criminals in the police department. The criminals are running, the so-called criminals are running the police department. Well, of course, there are innocent members of the so-called police, yes. Not all of them, because they have to follow orders. The point is, because the system is so corrupt, like I said, from the top to the bottom, the innocent ones, the innocent officers are following orders. Do you understand? So all of them are bad. So he made all of them. They have been put in a position where they've now made all of them are bad. All of them now can't, even though they're innocent, but they have to follow orders. And now in following those orders, now they get their hands dirty. So, like, they they're accomplished. They're involved because they're following orders, even though it's illegal and so on. So it's totally the system is totally gone, mate. These officers really don't have the right to even exist. This is why I'm calling for the abolition of policing human beings. The system has no legs to stand on. Literally has no legs to stand on. Because first of all, who are you going to call to fix police? Who are you going to call to fix the police? Who are you going to call? Oh, the police? Are you going to call the police? You are going to call the police. All right. Okay. Well, we all know that ain't gonna work. You ain't gonna call the criminal to fix the criminal, are you? No. Okay, fine. Who else are you gonna call? What other options do you have? The government. Okay. Well, we all know about the government, don't we? Right. And I'm talking specifically. Who are you going to call? You're not even allowed to protest. You're not even allowed to warn other members of humanity. You're not even allowed to do that. So who are you going to call? Who else? Oh, you're going to call the army. But isn't there an order and hierarchy within the army? Isn't there a protocol in regards to the army? Well, okay. A lot of people will say, well, are you kidding me? How are you going to call the army? Right, fair enough. So who else is left? So do you understand my point is, you have no right. We are quite simply slaves. We are still slaves. Slavery is still alive and kicking. Yes, you are. Yes, we are. It's still alive and kicking. Do you understand? So, and even this thing, so-called government, who introduced it? When was it introduced? How was it implemented? How many people had to lose their lives for it to be implemented? What was before government institutions? How did humanity live? How did we exist before government institutions? How many years did it take before, and how many lives had to be lost for these so-called government institutions to be implemented over humanity? Because you see, when you go deeper into this, into the condition humanity is in, you start to realize the inevitable, the true nature of the world that we live in. It's way beyond imagination. It's way beyond imagination. And so, it's very important that if you know that you're innocent and you know that you're being subjugated through this injustice, this particular or this type of injustice, and you know, and you have gone to the so-called police, you have gone to the government, you have attempted to show them injustice, the injustice that you're being subjugated through, and they turn around and absolutely ignore you. In fact, they call you the criminal. They say that you are wrong for exposing the injustice that they are subjugating you through. Not just you, but your children. If you go out there to expose them, this is what they will do to you. Now, unless you've been subjugated through this sort of injustice or other injustices that's similar to this, you wouldn't fully understand the dire condition that we are in as humans. Of course, I'll just turn my phone on now, so the traffic light is gone green. Not my phone, I've just turned my camera on now, so it knows that I've just turned my camera on my actual phone. So that's why the traffic light is gone green, I mean. But it doesn't know that I've got my other camera on. So either way I caught it. Either way I caught it, and I'm sure you saw that that traffic light behave abnormally. All of a sudden, the suddenness of it changing back to green. So either way I caught what they do. I'm catching it regardless. Yeah, good. You see that? Perfect example. Perfect example what I mean by the abnormality of these traffic lights. When they're tracking you, this is what they do. Of course, they're causing this. They're doing this just to stress you out, right? Well, stress me out, okay? In doing so, they don't care the dangers that they put the public in. This is the lunacy of their behavior. These people they are complete lunatics. Complete lunatics, and this is what they're doing with the AI right now, right? So even though I'm driving a 44-ton lorry, right, they don't care. And of course, at the same time, right, the AI with the class 1s, right, and as you know, they've got a taco and so on, okay? The taco now is also digitized. It's also aligned and connected to the AI. So they can in fact track all lorries with the new, with this AI. If you understand what I mean. They've now all incorporated it with the AI, right? So even without your phone or your devices, right, they're still able to track you or me or all lorry drivers and all lorries just with the taco. Like I said, it's all digitized now, right? And at the same time, they've also incorporated it with the AI, right? And then you know that they've also got this 5G now that they put out recently, and they've literally got it everywhere. The motorway, the inner cities, the urban areas, you name it. They've got it all there now, right? I'm sure you can see the number plate, automatic number plate recognition is right there on the pole on the right. You can see that camera right there on the right. So now all of these is how they track innocent members of the public. And so regardless whether you have your device or not, the traffic lights will still do what it does, which the AI enables it to be able to track you. And again, like I told you guys before, the traffic lights and everything like that, they're all incorporated into that one AI. So they can actually use that AI to take you out permanently if they really, you know, at will, which is what they're trying to do to me, right? They're obviously trying to take me out so I can have an accident, right? And that way they'll be able to eliminate me and silence me. But again, it's obviously vital that the public are aware of these things, because the way that these police officers are utilizing these AIs and so on is illegal. It's illegal. They're actually using it now to subjugate innocent members of the public through injustice, and also injustice in ways that, again, you can't even begin to imagine. So it's very important that the public and the whole world is aware of you know, or aware of this sort of stuff, so that they can take precautions in order to keep themselves safe and you know, their all their family members safe as well. And as you know, knowledge is power. So for now, guys, I'm gonna have to let you guys go. Be very careful out there and be very vigilant, yeah, because these officers, they're not what they say they are, which I'm sure all of you are fully aware now. And I will continue to bring out these information out there, so that the public is aware. And take care now. Take care for now. That's LG also people, in addition to information I provided earlier, people, you should also know that as well as the tackle in the units, in the lorries being connected to 5G and the AI and everything, that's also including when you pull up at a traffic light or you come to a stop, and every time you put your gear in neutral and you stop at a traffic light, obviously all that information as well is passed to the 5G and the AI, and so they're able to use that to just basically stress you out, make you stressed out, and to antagonize you while you're actually driving. It's just basically to wear you out and to basically eliminate you. Basically eliminate you, because as you know, driving, for living and long distances, is hard in itself. But then to have like the police and other entities who are basically making it 100 times worse by utilizing the traffic lights with the 5G and AI to cause you to stop and then start again and stop and then start again. I was able to understand this and notice this when I was driving. So every time they would do that to me, they would the AI will make the traffic to go red when they were tracking me. So what would happen will be is, like, I will come to a halt, and then, like, as soon as I put it in neutral and put my the handbrake on, then it will go green again. Right? Then it go green straight away, right? And that happened so many times. Then I start realizing that it was being done on purpose. But yeah, just a heads up as well to you, anyone that find themselves that have been targeted by the police, unfairly, and that they wanna, they wanna get rid of you, they wanna kill you, in other words, they wanna assassinate you by any means necessary, right? These are the things that they're gonna put you through. So be aware of that. And also for an update in regards to the reasons why they would use the method of trying to make you crash when you come to a T-junction, trying to set you up that way, is that when that happens, and unfortunately if someone become an unfortunate victim, and obviously something goes really bad and someone loses their life, that way with the crash, the investigating officer will not really be able to prove exactly what happened. The investigating officer would just think that that you ran a red light, right? So the investigating officer will just think that you run a red light, okay? And he wouldn't know that it was actually police officers that actually put your name down and actually set up the AI to eliminate you. The AI, they utilize AI these days now to eliminate people, okay? and they use it to eliminate people. And this is another way that they do that. So yeah, so the investigating officer will not be able to pinpoint you know, exactly what happened, and they would not know that it was actually an assassination. They actually killed the police because they used the AI. They actually assassinated somebody. They wouldn't know that unless you know, someone like me had been you know, gathering evidence and you know, literally physically gathering evidence. And this is the way that you have to deal with the police these days. This is the way, because these people have abused their position in such a way, so much, you know, I'm sure you don't need me to tell you. But the time has come now that to the point where you know, the public need to know what's going on. These people are not for us. They don't give a shit about us. They especially the police. They, like I say, they now they believe they're gods. They believe that they are the jury, the judge, and the you know, and whatever else that comes after that. They believe that literally they have the right to do that. And unfortunately, the system now is really upside down, because if you know, I'm speaking from experience. I went through it, and these people literally tried to assassinate me many times. They tried to kill me, literally tried to kill me. Some of them, you see them, they follow me around everywhere with our taxpayers' money. This is the police. So you will go out there, be working, you know, to help the country and to make things better for everybody else. And you know, because these people, they've been literally, you know, spoon-fed. Literally, they've had everything that they can possibly think of. They've had it. They've literally been given everything. So in other words, you have grown men and grown women, right? But they have the brain of a child, right? Because that's what you know, spoiling a child or a grown-up, that's what it creates. It creates, you know, what's the word for it? It's like a child in a grown body, in a grown-up's body. You understand? So these are what these officers are. You know, for them, they think it's fun. For them, it makes their day. They get thrills having to subjugate people through this sort of punishment. And what makes it worse is that they believe that they are above everybody else. You understand? And it's kind of, it's like you can't give entities, you know, with that sort of mentality, you know, positions as, you know, to be officers. Do you understand? To stop policing, that's to stop policing, you know, human beings. You just can't do that. And when you do that, then you start seeing, you know, the mess that the country is in and the whole world is in. Right? So, you know, it's vitally important. It's very important that people are aware of these things, because, like I said, I'm speaking from experience, and I'm speaking from experience. I've actually been through. I've actually been through this, and the thing as well is, once they hack into your devices, they are, you know, they would put a virus in it. Because remember, when you use a device, your device have evidence. So your recordings and everything, it has evidence. So what they would do, they would remotely put virus in it, so that you know, you wouldn't even be able to access the evidence. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? So one day you get your evidence, say for instance one night you get your evidence, and then the very following morning you wake up to have a look at it and it will be completely gone, or you're unable to access it at all, right? So you will literally go out to the shop, buy the stuff your you know, your device probably costs thousands and thousands of pounds, and these officers, you see that? Did you see that? So that's a perfect example. I'm glad that it happened now. And the thing is, they are probably aware now that I'm recording this thing. And like I say, it's sort of, this is what thrills them. It's like, it gives them, it makes them feel like they have power. It makes them feel like they have power, you know? And so this is what they do. But the thing is, it's like, because this, and then you start, and then when that sort of thing start to happen, then you start understanding that these people, you know, you have to start asking yourself, are they human? Right? Do they? Because if you're human, then you have intuition. Then you understand that there are a higher power out there, like, you know, like Yahweh, you know, that sees everything. And of course, if you're a human being, then you have connection with Yahweh, and you will know that you know things. There's certain things you will know, right, as a human being, right? And when these officers, which are, you know, white supremacists, when they do these sort of things, then you then start to understand what they are. Then you start understanding that they're not human. These people are, they're in a human form, but not human. No soul in it, mate. You know? And then you understand their backwardness. You start to understand their backwardness is in fact very dangerous. You see that by their actions. And of course they will start to lie, and you know that's what they do. Of course, it says in the Holy Book, yeah, you know, that this is what they do. They're liars. They will lie, and then it all start making sense to you of who the entities that you're dealing with. And I think we're in the time of revelation. We're in the time of you know, the Most High revealing everything, and judgment also. And I'm sure that a lot of you have seen what's going on around the world, and the Most High is exposing them for what they are. Literally, you know, the whole world is amazed as to what's going on. But you know, so I would say
caution, vehicle turning left. Caution, vehicle turn.
I would say be very, very careful out there, and understand what the time is, okay? Understand what the time is. So, and as well in regards to the obviously the tackle. So be very aware of that with the gears, like I just mentioned, with the gears. All of it is all connected, okay? And when you're, if I'm sure that a lot of people have been put through this, or some are going through this, please, the whole point of them doing this is for them to scare you. All of this is to basically destroy your spirit, okay? Because if there's one thing that the devil fears, is the truth. Believe me, you would not believe just how much you know when you're speaking truth and you're in the midst of evil and evil people and, like, you know, the devil, every time you speak truth, you can literally feel, you can see it literally, every time you speak truth, it takes chunks of the devil, literally. And the thing is, because the devil the devil, he can't match you. Yeah, he can't match you. Your spirit is far too powerful for the devil, and hence why he has to do these sort of things to totally get rid of you, because, you know, you're too much for him, right? And where the devil, like I said, the devil believes that he is God. Yeah, he believes that he is literally God, and when he meets somebody like you that sort of wakes him up, you know, and, you know, to reality, he doesn't like it. And at the same time, where these officers have literally, as you can see, the government give them everything that they want, everything. They're like babies, right? And the government give them everything, everything. Even like the public, even the public is saying that, thinking, but wait, hang on a second. I mean, if you see the devices that they have, you know, and you think, and you just think, but what about the people? And then you start to understand, you know, why, you know, the police are there. You know, they've made the public believe that the police are there to protect the public, but the police is actually there to protect the government, right? They're like a buffer between the public and the government. Yeah? Are you hearing me? They are like a buffer between the government and the public. And then also you have the army, right? Which is an external, you know, some sort of defense against the government. But they make you believe that they're actually there for you. But their actions is, I mean, I don't know how, you know, I'm sure it's very clear now for everybody to see, right? It's so clear, right? But, you know, it's like, people have to be really vigilant out there. The time has come where, like, because, like I say, these people will come after your families. I mean, please, I don't really want to go into details. Okay, the evidence is there. I don't want to start mentioning what's happened recently over the years, and all the way, the deception that they try to fool the whole world and all of that shit. You get me? All of that rubbish, and even the recent events that's happening right now, right? So, you know, like, of course, like I say, this is very real. It is very, very, very real. Okay? Look around the world, what's going on. I mean, I hope that, you know, like, anyway. But all I can say to you guys, please be very vigilant out there. Whenever you're around the police is not what they seem to be, right? Yes, you know, the police, yes, of course the police have families also, right? They have families also, but do you understand that there is remember, divide and conquer, right? Even for them to get to that point, right, a lot of psychological work, demonic psychological work had to be done in order to separate us. Because like I said, right, the police, they have families, but for the police to be separated from their family, because look at it, the police, they call it the blue family, right? The blue line family, right? You see the division? You see how it's done?
These are members of our family, but they've got in such a way that even the police themselves, been turned over. So you understand the seriousness of these things, yeah? But here's the deal, here's the thing is, you see, I want you guys to go and look up, when you get the chance, look up about a lady called Kathy O'Brien, right? In America. Kathy O'Brien, right? Go and listen to what happened to her, right? Now, a lot of the documentary that she made about what happened to her have been deleted offline. A lot of it. If you're lucky, you will find a lot of information. And if you're lucky enough, you find one particular documentary that she made. Listen to the background, right? You will hear the dogs barking. You will hear the birds chirping away, right? And
Vehicle turning left.
and many other sounds, yeah?
That's LG61XDF. LG. The number plate is KX72CTY.
Sorry, this is in continuation to what I was saying, yeah? About Kathy O'Brien. You will hear the dogs barking at the background. You will hear the birds chirping away at the background, among other noises. Right? Among other noises, yeah? Now, please, if you're not connected to the Most High Yahweh, and like I said, I told you about the spirit. If you don't have the spirit, there is no way you're gonna know the full extent of what they did to that woman. Right? 1 second, people. 1 second. Right. So if you don't have the spirit, right? Okay. And if you don't have that, well, still go ahead and listen to it and gather as much information as you can, because I believe that everybody on the face of the planet should know what's going on, right? Okay. So listen to that. What happened to that woman, right? And if you have the spirit, you'll be able to pick up the full extent of what they did to that woman. They completely messed that woman up, man. Even the women, they use even the dog. You know, the dog barking, like the way the dogs bark, and the birds chirping away. They even use that to control that woman's mind. Listen to every time she's talking, right? Every time she's talking,
That's
again, this is in continuation to with the topic with Kathy O'Brien. Every time she's talking, right, and the birds start chirping away or the dog barks, right, you will see her thought pattern changes all of a sudden. So, in other words, every time she starts revealing too much truth, next thing you know, the dog will bark mysteriously in the background, right? And then the bird, and at another point, the bird will start chirping away. And then next thing you know, her thought pattern changes all of a sudden. So it's like what they did to that woman, oh man. So even if she wanted to, because she wanted to reveal so much truth, but they had a mind. They wasn't so much in control with of that woman's mind that she couldn't even reveal as much truth as she wanted to reveal. Right? So when she goes to reveal the truth, they used it's like they messed her up so badly. The psychological damage that they did to that woman and mind control, MK Ultra that they did to that woman. Ay. I mean, oh man, it is terrible, man. It is terrible, and then once you understand that, you would understand what they have done to the public, right? They're even gone further now. It's just like, you know, they've gone to the mass public. They've done it to the mass. In other words, maximum, you know, MK Ultra, maximum to as many people as they can. And you know how they do it. The thing is, when they're doing it, we don't even know when they're doing it. We don't even know when they're doing it. It's like some of us wouldn't even know that they've done it to us. Do you understand? You understand? And so this is why I say is this. Of course, once they're able to gain that power over your, once they are able to gain that power over your mind, okay, then they're in control of you, right? They are in control of everything about you, right? They can do whatever they want to you. You become like cattle. You understand? Like a number. And this is what they've done, and they've been able to get away with it for so long. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? Right? So, in other words, can you imagine life without truth? Huh? What is life without truth? Right? There'll be nothing left, right? Okay. So, you know, like I say, also when you have the time, also go up and watch a movie called The Boys from Brazil, right? The Boys from Brazil, and you would understand how they what's the word for it? What is it called? Clones. you would understand like about clones, how they've been cloning like human beings way back then, right? So I mean, like, you know, a lot of it would then start making sense to you, right? A lot of the madness that's been going on this planet, a lot of it will start making sense to you, and then you will start understanding about this thing about spirit, because there's a difference between a cloned human being, right, and a natural human being that was actually given birth, right, naturally. There's a difference, right? There's a difference between a human being that was created by Yahweh, by the Creator, right? Because the Most High Yahweh knows the amount of, human beings that He created, okay? That's on this planet, right? Okay, He knows the amount of human beings that He created, and anything else that comes from wherever is not connected to the Most High. Do you understand? It's not connected to the Creator. It's not connected to the planet. So you have to be careful with people, because you don't know who is who these days. You don't know who's human and who's a clone. The way the world is and the behavior of some human beings, we will all start making sense to you. You hear me? A lot of it will start making sense to you, right? So this is why you have to be very careful now. It's come to the point where humanity now, we need to start being scared to speak truth. Stop being scared to truth. Like I said to you, what is life without truth? Nothing would be left. Right? Nothing will be left. Death is better than that life, than a life without truth, right? Death is better. So, and this is what these officers and so on, this is the person, this is where we are at right now. This is where we are at right now. Do you understand? Because we have to think about our kids. If we can't even speak truth, we sit around and we watch all these things, all these horrible things that's happening around the world, and we're not even allowed to speak. Come on now. And then they'll start threatening us with death. And as for and all of that rubbish. So those of us out there, okay, that's had the privilege that the Most High has paid us a visit and given us certain knowledge about life after death, and we know what it's all about, and we know that these entities use death to frighten us and to control us. Again, this is in continuation with the Holy Book and these officers. They don't understand the Holy Book. They don't get it. They don't understand the power of in that book. And make no mistake about it, that half of them probably haven't even read it. They don't even believe in it. Because if they knew anything about that book, and they think they're going to go around and just shoot, you know, black and brown people and ethnic minority at will, whichever way they want, and think that the Most High is unaware, they wouldn't be doing that if they knew anything about that book, about the Holy Book, right? The Holy Book, the Bible. If they really knew anything about that book and think they're gonna just walk into people's house and kidnap their kids and rape them and whatever and abuse them, if they really knew anything about that book, in fact, they wouldn't even so much as speak the wrong word about that book. They wouldn't even do it. They wouldn't even do it. So anyway, people, please understand what time that we're living in, right? Okay, and be very, very, very vigilant. Most importantly, the police. The police. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from what I went through. I've seen them for what they are. I've seen them for what they are. Right now as we speak, they are doing everything that they can to eliminate me, to kill me, simply for protecting my children. And again, like I say, half of them, even the laws that they're making, the lawmakers themselves, none of them even live in reality. So how on earth are they saying they're making laws when they don't live in reality? They don't live in reality. But yet they think that they have some sort of power to come and make laws based on just solely on their understanding and not on the understanding of the entire public. You understand the separation now? You understand? You can understand the extent of the segregation and the separation. You understand it? So even the laws they're making is their own laws. It's their own laws to benefit them, not to benefit the mass population. You know the history, you know that. No, a lot of you have been on this planet a lot longer. So you know what you've been through, you know what your forefathers have been through. You know what you've been subjugated through. Nothing has changed. Nothing. The slavery, the mental and psychological enslavement of humanity is still in full effect. Still in full effect. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Not one bit of it has changed. But anyway, people, like I said, please just be vigilant out there. And like I said, knowledge is power, right? Be vigilant out there. Make sure you keep your eyes out. Be smart. And take care of yourselves. So until next time, take care.